Well, I'm Andrew Radick.
And I'm Kristen Plesko.
And we found something else to talk about because we found a website that has a paid course, or a paid podcast, and we're just going to talk about the stuff they're talking about.
Yep.
For free.
Yep.
But yeah, so we're going to talk about loneliness. Lonely.
Humans are social creatures and shouldn't be lonely.
Well, yeah, that's the gist of it. It's like, basically when you're freelancing full-time, you are more or less staying inside and drawing all day. And originally when, because I freelanced for about 3 years, I think, 3 years straight. That was my only source of income, was just freelancing. Almost 4 years, almost. Anyways, but it was really isolating. And I more or less had like a couple friends that they knew that I was not good at getting out and doing stuff on my own, so we'd at least go out, go to a restaurant or something like that. You know, we'd at least get out of the house a little bit more. But it's a big component of stuff that people don't realize happens. I mean, if you have like a boyfriend or anything like that, then obviously you're not going to be nearly as lonely as somebody who literally sits inside their house all day painting the same painting. And so we're going to teach you how to deal with loneliness. How do you deal with loneliness, Kristen?
Much with, like, depression, you have to force yourself to get out and do things, even if you don't want to do it, which I never want to do. But because in school, like, I would see other people, but I get, I guess at the time I wasn't on anti-anxiety medicine, so I got a little, I get very saturated very quickly with people around me. Mm-hmm. But I was still lonely, so, you know, a lot of times, well, I played honestly, a lot of online companionship in school. Like, a lot of, like, and I know that's not really getting out, but it at least allowed me to talk with people without being super saturated with people around me. Like,
yeah,
I can choose my friends. But actual loneliness, yeah, I basically forced myself to go to the park or do plein air paintings.
Yeah.
And even though it feels shitty at the time, like I think my hardest months are usually the summer because I don't like going outside.
I have the opposite problem. I tend to just, you can't really do too terribly much when it's in the middle of the winter. And you're stuck inside a lot more. And summer, at least moving here to Roanoke, it's been something I've had to do more recently, and realizing I have to get out there because I'm an outdoorsy type of person. I like to be outside, and I like to, you know, tire myself out. That makes me happy as a person, is to be exhausted and just go the fuck to sleep at night. Is a satisfying feeling instead of like sitting in front of a computer all day looking at a screen. And if there was a way that I could, like, run around and paint at the same time, I'd probably be a much happier illustrator. But, I mean, this is what my job entails, is sitting at a desk and painting. And it's definitely, like, it's definitely good to have, like, a part-time job. That's ultimately why I moved down here to Roanoke, was to work part-time at Star City Games as, like, a shipping person. And that helped instantly. I mean, the money didn't help. The money was bad. But just getting out, and I made a bunch of friends, and some of those people still work with the company. We still say hi to them, give them a fist bump, ask what they're doing and stuff. And it was a nice way to kind of balance getting outside, talking with people, being social, and then I could go home and not feel like shit. Not feel as much like shit. Because I still kind of felt shitty, and you know, you feel like you're wasting your time with just being at a part-time job all day because you're not drawing. But I'm the type of person that I can't get up in the mornings. I don't work well in the mornings, so I'm a night owl through and through. I tend to work best at the fucking dead of night. So it more or less gives me the entire day to do something.
Yeah.
When I was freelancing in Cleveland, I had a routine of I would wake up, I would spend, you know, maybe an hour, maybe 30 minutes watching one of various YouTube people I follow, you know, something just to kind of wake up, eat breakfast too, and then do a couple hours of painting, kind of force myself to work in the morning. I would get fed up with that, as one would tend to, and then I would tend to go for a walk. And the area I lived was like an old 1920s mansions up in Cleveland, that were divided into like little apartments, and it was right along Lake Erie, which is always nice and warm. And even though the beach by me just had baby diapers and like syringes and shit, it was a really bad beach.
Oh, it's the Tijuana beach.
Yeah, more or less. It was disgusting. And then just like heroin addicts would just do heroin and right in the woods behind it. It was interesting, but it was also like, well, it is a beach, you know. And They had a nicer beach a little bit farther down, and I lived right by a park, so sort of do like the walk around these big giant mansions that are right along Lake Erie. And it's a very nice neighborhood. And kind of walk along the beach, go back down by the beach, walk along the beach, come back up, and it's like a 2 or 3 mile walk. Not more than that. It's a sizable walk. But I would tend to do that every day. And then, I might go to the lake and, skip stones because everything around there is slate. So there's a lot of perfectly flat skipping stones, which are fantastic. Do that. I would, if I wanted to treat myself, if I had finished a commission, I knew to treat myself. Something small, and it tended to be like a Smoothie World, or Smoothie King, that's what it was. Was it Smoothie King? It was like, I think it was like Smoothie Planet or something. I don't fucking know. It's kind of like a hipstery
Smoothie
area.
Universe.
Yeah, it was like a hipstery area of Cleveland and Lakewood. Was it Lakewood? Yeah, maybe. So, reward myself after doing a commission, or do something good for myself with a very small amount of money I had, and then just always take a walk. And that way I would be tired, I'd come back in, I'd cool off a little bit, and then I would be anxious to work. So I did that every day, and that held me over for some time, but I got kind of bored of doing that after a while. But I joined an art group there where we drew naked people and met some friends and stuff through there. Yeah, as you want to. And then eventually I got some different friends and stuff, and a friend of mine, she likes to dance and party. Or there's a bar that had like live music acts, and they were really good.
Oh, okay.
We'd go there all the time.
Sorry, I heard drink and dance, and I was a party. And
basically, it was free to go in there. I would have one beer, and then just have fun and just dance and relax. Yeah. And those are good ways of kind of coping with that as well.
Yeah.
So,
that's a good way to cope.
Yeah.
I think mine in college was. I finally, when you were talking, I finally remembered like what I did to cope because I had such severe anxiety, and Andrea knows me when I had anxiety.
Oh yeah.
And it was like basically on a scale of a 1 to 10, it was probably at least an 8 or a 9. I wasn't flat out going crazy, but basically what my psychiatrist at the time at school recommended, because I had trouble, I didn't like being around people, but I was extremely lonely, and that's really not a good. Like I had friends and stuff I talked to, but a lot of times in school, you only go to school like maybe 3 or 4 days a week, and then work was freelancing, so it's not like you meet a lot of clients or anything. So what she recommended is that I get a cat, and I didn't get a cat. What I got instead was a 10-gallon fish tank, because my sister adopted a betta fish, and he ended up being really sick. So basically, I managed to save his life, because he had like really bad fin rot and stuff, and then basically I found that keeping that fish tank and stuff and having a hobby that was completely separate gave me something to do inside that would prevent me. Like I basically aquascaped. I did a lot of stuff with that, and I really enjoyed that. And right now I really enjoy gardening, because it's not like I have a significant other or anything, but I really enjoy it. Really helps, like with I don't feel lonely when I'm gardening. And not that I really normally feel lonely, but it's something that's good too. It's basically something that's not art.
Yeah, I mean, you want to focus on doing your art and everything, but you do have to focus on the rest of your life. And when I was still living in DeKalb, I joined like a badminton group. Yeah, play badminton. That was fun.
Yeah, and you're a lot sportier than I am. So
I'm very sporty.
Yeah, like Andrea likes to go for walks. I guess I prefer I'll go outside and water my plants and look at the leaves and stuff, and I like seeing green things. I don't like moving. Well,
like the thing that I've gotten into now more recently is kayaking, which I can do by myself. There's this big lake called Carvin's Cove over by me, where it's the reservoir for Roanoke. Found out.
Huh. It's for all our water. Well, remember to pee in it.
So I stuck my feet in there last time because it was like 92 degrees, and I was paddling and dying in the middle of the water. Just like splashed at myself. I'm like, I don't even care if it goes in my face.
Yeah, you're drinking that.
Well,
you're drinking that foot water now.
Good.
And
everybody's drinking
the fish
water.
Pee in it, so I'm sure it gets
Anyways,
treated. Yeah.
I go kayaking now. Yeah. I've done it 3 times.
Wow, I've done it once with her, and
did you want to go this weekend?
If it's not too hot,
the temperature's supposed to break.
Okay, yeah. So if it's not too hot, see, I don't have air conditioning. I don't like going outside. I don't like moving or doing anything if it's too hot. So, but it's good to definitely have.
like,
get outside.
I think what happens with a lot of people when they freelance, and a lot of people when they're trying to make art more of a serious part of their lives, is you don't really know what structure to give it. And it's nice to it's nice to think that you're just going to be inspired to draw all the time, but the truth is you're not, because you're a human being. It's you have to understand, like, inspiration is not constant. And so
speak for yourself, Andrea.
Well, it's like I was talking with my therapist. He's like, I don't have an artistic bone in my body. I'm like, well, give it a shot. I can't even draw a stick figure, which we talked about that.
That's the worst. Everyone says it, and it's just so bad.
Yeah,
I know we've already talked about it.
But he was like, I don't even understand how people would come up with things. And I'm like, well, like, I see really shiny, like, gold armor, and also I want to draw a beetle. So I just combine the two fucking things together, and there we go. There's your thing. I never thought of it that way.
What?
He doesn't know anything about the internet. He's just like...
How are people alive?
He seems really out of touch with certain things.
Yeah, well,
you should just give your name to everybody on OkCupid. No, I don't want to do that.
There are some people you don't want to date.
Do you think that you're too scared? No, I don't think you understand what the internet is. I ain't gonna do that.
What about WWE wrestling and biscuits and gravy, man?
Oh my god, there's a guy that I got matched with that fucking OkCupid just picks out of a goddamn hat sometimes, it seems. And his name was Biscuits and Gravy. And the only things that were really on his profile is he liked WWE and Biscuits and Gravy. And was that like twice over.
He was also in his 50s.
He was in his 50s.
We are not.
There was one random guy where he was just like, I don't get how women try and be like men. If you want to be a man, then you be a man. It's just like, that was his about me. It was just a rant.
I don't like being betrayed.
Yeah, God,
like,
no. Online dating is terrible, and my therapist will never understand that. But loneliness. Cupid. No.
Yeah. So like Andrea and I are both single people, and we have been. Like, we go on dates and stuff, but I would consider that a type of loneliness that maybe. It's something that many people do, is dating or having a boyfriend or girlfriend, but we still manage to.
I think, at least for me, there was definitely a point where I wanted to focus more about just getting better. Because I was 19, I was drawing, like, dog shit, and I'd had a shitty boyfriend, and I just didn't want to, like, try to do that anymore. And then I just kind of, like, turned off the knobs, and then just got to work constantly.
Yeah, and then
I don't know
5 years later.
I don't really suggest that. I don't know if I suggest that.
Yeah, I made a mistake by focusing too hard on my studies and not dating anyone in college, and then now everyone has a boyfriend or girlfriend, and then, so there's always single people, but then you think, and you're like, well, would I have done anything differently? And the answer is probably no, because I had 3.84, so fuck all of those people.
I focused on what I wanted to do, and that's always how I've done school. Yeah. So, like, my GPA wasn't great. Because I had to take, like, art history classes, and the teacher there was a bitch. Anyways, she was the worst. She was literally the worst.
But yeah, that's a type of loneliness, though, that I think we deal with.
It is, but that's not really relating to freelancing. That's just our own personal loneliness.
That's an isolation thing, I think. It's harder to meet people when you're not constantly with other people, you're working alone. Like, you might not have a significant other, and that would be, I think, a time when it would be hard to date. Would be if you're freelancing and stuff, it's hard to do things like that.
Yes,
because you don't meet anything. I'm bisexual, and I met a good shoe once, but
anyways, that's my catchphrase. Anyways, no. So yeah, I mean, you are going to be isolated, but it's important. What we were talking about was setting a schedule for yourself. That's where this started.
Yeah. All right.
So
listen to Andrea, because I don't always do that.
Something I found that has worked well for me is, treating this like a job, treating this like a regular job. I don't do this so much now because I have a regular job, and I just treat that like a job, and then I just, fuck off every other time. But
it's just your extra job in addition to your regular job.
Yeah, exactly.
It's that job you do when you're supposed to be enjoying watching TV or something.
What?
I don't know. What do normal people do instead of draw?
Video games?
Yeah, there you go.
Play with Legos? I don't know. No, a good way to do it is, and that's what I did when I was freelancing, because I treated it like a job. I would have to get up at a certain time, I made it a nice time. It wasn't like, I have to be up at 8:30 a.m. because, like I said, I cannot function in the morning. Yeah. Like, I am a zombie.
That is the advantage of freelancing. It's like you can set your hours.
Well, it's like I know that I work late, so I think most of the time my alarm was set to 11.
Yeah, that's
well,
really
I would
nice.
go to bed at like 4, wake up at 11. Like I said, like
that's true.
So it was like I wake up at like maybe 10:30, probably 11. Like I said, do my short amount of stuff, do my walk, but I would definitely set aside at least 6 or 7 hours to paint daily, and I got a lot of work done that way. And it was manageable, but it also really sucked because I was living in an efficiency at the time. Which, if you guys don't know what an efficiency is, it's literally one room. It's a decent sized room, but it's one room. It's no doors except the door to the bathroom.
You had a bathroom?
What, am I going to piss in my bed? Yeah, no, I had a bathroom.
Chamber pot.
No, it's like you have a kitchen, you have like kind of a wall, but it's literally your living room is your bedroom, is your study area, is
probably
your
okay
everything.
In college, but not really.
No, it was nuts. That was ridiculous. That was not a fun time.
Okay, I can see that. I had a 1-bedroom apartment in school for 3 years. And
that's different than an efficiency.
Yeah, no, I know. But I mean, it's only like literally a bedroom and then a living room. But I guess the separation can
that's
be
what
important.
that's what I'm talking about. Is like when you are in the same room that you sleep in, that you work in, it fucks with you. It's really annoying, and that's why like I have it now. Is like my master bedroom, quote unquote, because I live in a 2-bedroom apartment. The actual bedroom I occupy is like the child's bedroom, is like the small one off to the side, and then like
the office.
Yeah, more or less. And then this one, I have a lot of shit, so this master bedroom is my main office area, and that was your idea, but it was a good idea.
Yeah, well, because if you think about it, you only really need your bedroom to sleep in.
Yeah,
or to like when I read and stuff, I usually read in
the
office.
And it's nice because it's even more isolated. It has like the other walls to buffer sound, so it's super quiet. But
yeah, yours is.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Mine is when my neighbors basically when it was Halloween and they had like this spooky noise machine. It carried in such a way it went directly into my office, and I could not hear it any other way. I thought it was
a Christmas thing.
Oh, maybe. Oh, it was Christmas. There we go. It was either Halloween or Christmas. But my God, like the windows would be shut, and you would hear that damn thing, and it'd be the loudest thing, but you go out to the front of their house, and you don't hear it at all. And it's literally pointed toward... I didn't understand why. Like
I did go, and I heard him like, what's that fucking sound?
Because it would be like,
I'm pretty sure it was the Christmas one. You only complained about it with Christmas.
You're right. I couldn't remember if it was Halloween or Christmas, but you're right. It was... Because I didn't live there at that point.
Anyways.
Sorry. So, yeah. So I think the bigger room for... Like, separating your office and your sleeping quarters is important.
Yeah, I think that's a good part to kind of maintaining a sanity. Even if it's just a single bedroom and your living room is your office, just having that separation. Like, you don't think of that when you go into it. You think of, well, I'll have one big productive room. Yeah. And then I had Kit Romney, who was a little baby kitten, and then Beazle in that room. Jesus. So I would like try to sleep, but the cats want to fucking eat at like 5:30 in the morning, so they annoy me every single goddamn morning. It was awful.
I remember you talking about your cats waking you up because you didn't have an ability to like shut them out.
Yeah, no door.
You can't like just stick them in a crate.
No door.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I can see where that would be a problem because having a one bedroom thing. Apartment.
Yeah, that's like, if I ever move anywhere else, I at least need a 1-bedroom.
Yeah, when I was tired, I would go to my bedroom and take a nap. And that way I wouldn't have to look at my freaking computer and my fish tank, and my fish tank was right next to my office, so I could stare at it if I really got bored, I don't know. In school.
Anyways.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't know.
But in terms of loneliness, it's just... You have to force yourself to go out. You have to force yourself to, if you kind of do preventative stuff, instead of letting yourself get to that depression state where you're like, I don't want to fucking go out, nobody wants to talk to me. It's not that. You have to make yourself available to meet with other people, talk with other people.
And that's hard.
And having a part-time job is very helpful for dealing with that. And, like, that's what the site that we're taking our ideas off of, the next one is, like, starting part-time. Yeah, I mean,
do that.
Like I said, everybody tends to have a job, and it may or may not actually relate to what you're doing as a profession. But if you have a part-time job, you can get out there, you can socialize, and that will help you keep your sanity at home.
Yeah,
a lot
plus
better.
You don't want to draw 80 hours a week.
You might think you want to, and you think, oh, if I draw 80 hours, That's 8 drawings done in a week. I can make all the bank. You are going to be so goddamn tired, and you need to have variety in your life.
Yeah, I don't think people are meant to, like, I don't understand how lawyers and stuff do it, work the 80-hour week or whatever. But yeah, definitely consider...
We work an 80-hour week. Well, it's 2 weeks, never mind.
Yeah.
I was thinking at the time card, I'm like, it says 80. 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah. But... Yeah, assume that you're going to be working 30 to 40 hours a week freelancing, like normal. I guess some weeks you might be busier, and some weeks you might not be. But in general, just try to schedule yourself like you would a normal job, because otherwise, like, it's not normal to work 14-hour days. You might have 1 or 2 days a month that you have to do that, but never the whole time. You will burn yourself out, and you will injure yourself.
Yeah, that's what I've done.
Yeah, we've both been injured from drawing, of all things.
Well, that's because we were at work and we were drawing 8 hours straight every day.
Also, take breaks for your hands.
Yes, yeah, that's a good note. Please take breaks so you can avoid a variety of sprained wrists.
Yeah, or tendinitis, or you might already have it. And no, a lot of times you don't know that like in school and stuff, like I always had breaks because you'd stop, you'd go to class for an hour and a half, then you'd walk home, eat lunch or something, and then work, and then go to another class. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like if you're working an 8-hour job or 8 hours straight, you don't do that. And that's not good for drawing. So remember that you're not going to probably knock out your 8 hours a day in one sitting.
Yeah, definitely split it up.
Yeah.
But I think that's pretty well covered.
Yeah,
I mean, we don't want to make this too terribly long. 23 minutes. And like, 6 of that is the cat scratching in the box and taking a shit.
Yeah, no, it's good. I'm that's what they do.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you guys have any questions, we are fridgeartpodcast@gmail.com. We're gonna kind of do these as we can, I guess.
Yeah.
Things are gonna get kind of busy between June and August. At least for me, they're gonna be very busy.
Yeah.
I have Gen Con, I have Anthrocon, we have the New Jersey Invitational.
Yeah, that's in August, right?
July.
Oh, it is?
No, it is in August.
Okay.
It's the week after Gen Con.
Yeah.
You might be driving to New Jersey for quite a bit, because I'm going to...
Oh, that's fine.
...be just back from driving all over the fucking place.
I'll be well rested and stuff. I'm already starting working on New Jersey stuff.
Good.
Yeah. Also, yeah. So...
Yeah. So.
Good. So, we might be a little scarce.
I mean, we're
doing
doing
questions.
Yeah. Send us any questions you guys have. Like, so we've more or less kind of run out of things. I think the only one I can think of is, like, the perfect setup to an illustration course, which I still haven't done enough studies.
It's hard to think of that, because it's different for almost anyone.
No, I mean, they're thinking, like, their school was setting up an illustration course, and they were trying to figure out what would be a good illustration, what types of things that you would want to have for an illustration course.
Oh, okay. Oh, not like actually a setup as in like your computer and...
No, God.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, like, that seems really...
a fucking computer, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, basically anything that works.
Well, I mean, I think what they're talking about is like the type of stuff you need to do to help further yourself along.
Oh, yeah. No, that would be a good topic to cover.
Well, maybe we could do a hybrid version of it. I don't think we'll be able to for one class you should have gesture drawings. The other class... thumbnailing, stuff like that.
Like, obviously, you can vary that a lot, but as long as you have some general stuff, I guess we can
do
talk
a whole
about
bunch
that.
of different shit.
Yep.
That's how you do it.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
Otherwise...
Don't just start straight up on digital. It sounds like a good route, it's not.
Just do all of it. There you go. There's our advice. Good. Everything.
Well, I've been Andrew Riddick.
And I'm Kristen Plesko.
And bye.
Yeah.